Real Madrid had a chance to go back to an 8-point lead at the top of La Liga. Stewart, a game that you were commentating against Cadiz. And yet, they dropped 2 points. They drew 0-0. Will it be Eden Hazard's fault again? He's starting for the first time for a very long time. Is it the fact that Luka Modric, who's got COVID, was missing and they lacked a lot of creativity? They had 36 shots in the whole game and could not score.
A lot of those came in the second half. The first half, they had all the possession, but only actually had 2 shots on target. And I always felt that Real Madrid felt the goal will come. The goal will come. They were too patient early on. They passed it around without too much creativity. There wasn't enough forward runs. Then when it became urgent and they realised they had to start getting forward a bit quicker, making the right sort of runs, getting more crosses into the box, they looked a threat. As of Eden Hazard, I feel sorry for him because
me too.
He's had lots of injuries. He's completely lost his confidence. When he was at Chelsea, when he plays for Belgium at his best, when he picks up the ball, he's got that burst of pace that takes him past somebody. At the moment, he hasn't got that burst of pace. So he's not going past them, he's going across them, and then he's having to pass somewhere else. He played on the right-hand side, didn't stay there very long because Lucas Vazquez kept on making runs down the right. He then went and joined Benzema up front. He did okay in the second half. He did some good things in the second half. He played a couple of lovely little 1-2s. He played 1-2 and got a cross into the box. But he's still not the player he was. But was it Eden Hazard's fault that they only drew the game? Certainly not.
No. Atletico Madrid lose again, this time at Sevilla, Robo on Saturday. Are the wheels coming off now for Diego Simeone? How do you see it?
They've got 1 or 2 problems. I'm not sure he knows what his best lineup is. He changes the team from week to week. The system has been fairly much the same, but it's quite a fluid system. You're never quite sure whether they're playing 4 at the back or 3 at the back. You're never sure whether Carrasco's a left wing back or a left winger.
You say fluid. It's a bit wonky at times.
Yeah, it is wonky. Right? Hermoso, I'm never quite sure what position he's playing, whether he's a centre half, whether he's a left back. Whether
he doesn't seem sure himself either.
So there's a lot of things that are going on. But the problems they've got is that they're not getting the best out of Griezmann. Griezmann can't find enough of the ball, can't get enough of the ball. He's not sure whether he's playing as a front player or coming in and playing as a number 10 or coming off from a wide area. Luis Suarez, although he's still their leading goal scorer, doesn't get involved in the play at all anymore. So there's no sort of focal point for their attacks. The best player for me this season has been Carrasco. Against, I think it was against in the last game against Real Madrid, he was taken off at half time in the game before the Sevilla game.
Derby,
So, and they aren't defending well enough. There's been a reason for that because
I think Oblak should save that second one.
Oblak's been poor this season.
Really?
He's made some bad decisions. When they've had injuries with the 3 centre backs. Hermoso, I don't think's an out and out quality centre half. Felipe's got his problems. Jimenez hasn't been as good as he should.
And
Savic has had injuries as well, but hasn't been at his best. So there's lots of things that have been going wrong. Llorente, is he a right wing back? Is he a central midfield player? What's his best position? So he's changing the formation a lot, or changing the personnel a lot. And I don't think they've got that understanding at the moment, and they certainly haven't got the confidence to hold on to leads. The best performance in terms of result was the game against Porto, where they were totally outplayed for 70 minutes. Exactly. It then became a scrap, a fight. A player was sent off there fighting on the side of the pitch. Suddenly they come into their own and they go and win the game.
I really think that second goal from Ocampos in Sevilla at the end is typically the kind of goal that the old Atleti and Simeone
would have stopped,
because Oblak would have touched the ball on the header from Delaney on the bar, but certainly the rebound from the bar, that second ball, they would have been so hungry to get on it, clear it, whatever you want, put their body in front or something, and instead it comes down, Koundé touches it a little bit, and then Ocampos is a really nice volley. But this is so unlike them to concede goals like this.
Like so many things in football, it again comes down to confidence and belief. And at the moment, they're not confident that they can hold on to leads. Because it's happened too many times this season.
Robo, you commentated on Real Sociedad Villarreal game. I think that was on Saturday, wasn't it? It reminded us how good Gerard Moreno is and how much we've missed him earlier in the season when he was injured, and also how La Real have been struggling a bit in the last few weeks.
Yeah, it was a typical Villarreal game where they dominated possession for the first half and controlled it, and Real Sociedad were really struggling to get hold of the ball. But then they went and scored a magnificent goal. Isaac picked the ball up, went inside a couple of challenges and bent it into a great goal.
Great goal.
But then Gerard Moreno came to the fore. 2 set plays, 2 near post headers, Great movement from him, but terrible marking by Real Sociedad.
They struggle on set pieces.
They were man marking, but if you're man marking, I can't do a demonstration because we're sitting here, but the defender should be marking. So if Moreno's there, you should have your arm across him, and he shouldn't be allowed to run across the front. And he did it twice. The same, exactly the same corner from a different side, and he scored. And then he created the third goal. So although he wasn't overly impressive through the whole game.
No.
He scored two good goals. He created a goal, and Villarreal are a much better side when he's in the team.
They missed him so much. That's why they're so low in the table. Barcelona won a football game. Yay! Robo, they beat Elche in the last few minutes, by the way, because they were 2-0 up and cruising, and then 2-2, and then Nico scored at the end. Xavi must have been happy after being a bit critical of the players and the fact that they don't understand the way he wants them to play and the Barca way. And also the socios voted for the refurbishment of the Camp Nou. So
I'll
pretty good weekend.
Yeah, I'll let you talk about that, the refurbishment. As for the team, they play some good football at times. There were still the problems defensively, having been 2-0 up and coasting through the game.
They switched off completely.
They switched off, conceded 2 goals in a couple of minutes, and then they go and get the winner. But some of their football was excellent. Some of the passing, the young players. Xavi again picked out the right pass.
That turn was
magnificent. So there's lots of good things about Barcelona and Xavi and the young players, but there's still a long way to go.
Yeah, no, there is. And for the stadium, I think it's good news. It's a bit complicated technically on how they structure the investment and all of that. I think they will only start repaying the loan in 5 years, whatever, and hoping that they have more revenue in ticketing and all of that. Anyway, I think the Camp Nou needs a bit of love and care. Like Bernabeu needed the same love and care, which Real Madrid have done. So it's good that for them they will do it. It will look great when it's finished, and well done for the socios to vote for it and realising that.
It'll never be quite as good as the Parc des Princes, though, will it?
No, best stadium in the world. I'm glad you're mentioning it.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.